Folks, a while back I showed and demonstrated how to make a simple pine needle basket. This is the same basket that we made on camera. I showed you how to start it, coil up, and then finish it off by blending everything in nice and smooth. We also gathered different stones with it and various medicines. It still works quite well. Right now I'm using it to store other basket making supplies, but this is still very hard, very rigid, just as we finished it off in that video series. But since then I've been experimenting with a few different designs, and I want to cover those and kind of explain the process of making them in this video. Alright, so this basket right here, as I was mentioning in the introduction, this is a very small basket compared to some of the traditional baskets that I've seen. As a matter of fact, a few months back I saw in a private collection one of the most amazing, fascinating baskets that I've ever seen. And when talking to the archaeologist about it, she told me that it came out of Mexico and it took the person 3 years to weave. It was absolutely flawless. It was beautiful in shape and design, and it was massive. By far the largest basket that I've seen. So these are, again, very small compared to some of the traditional ones that I've seen. Now I have seen some smaller traditional baskets that are this size, and they definitely did use them. So this basket has more of a cylinder shape to it, and then I weave this one, and this one is just a smaller version of the basket that I showed on the video series. You can see that they both have a very similar pattern to it, just in a smaller size. So after I finished up this basket here, I started experimenting with different plate designs. You can see I have a larger basket and then a smaller one with different thread colors. So how I do this and how you're going to get different shapes is by how you position the needle and position the coil. So once I finish off the bottom of these baskets, I start bringing the coil up and I start positioning the needle towards the top of the coil and poke through to thread it up. This one, I don't position the coil up, I position it more out, and then I start catching the thread again towards the bottom of the coil, just repeating the same pattern all the way around. These work quite well, and I've used them for gathering as well as sifting. After that, I made this basket. This is just a small decorative piece. This can definitely be used for gathering different minerals, different pigments, medicines, berries, so forth and so on. But it's very similar to this design, a little bit smaller and a little bit more flared out. It's not so cylinder shaped. But again, I just base this on where I positioned the needle as well as the coil. I kind of positioned it up, but not so drastic compared to these baskets here. What I want to do is keep making baskets and work my way up to the point of a basket being this size. This is what I would consider a large gathering basket. This came once again from Mexico, and you can see how intricately woven this is. And we have some really nice designs and patterns inside and outside. So hopefully within the next few years I can work my way up to this point.